Hey, what's up guys, Jordan Anderson here. A lot has happened this week in the YouTube world, and I want to talk about it because I think it affects all of us. So, like YouTube TV came out, I think that's a little missing the mark, but that's probably a separate episode. There's been a lot of controversy with the fake channels or racist channels getting ad revenue and like major corporations playing their ads on that. You know, you see a racist video and then like Kraft mac and cheese is on it. So it's like, it's a little complicated like that. Yeah, so YouTube's been scrambling a little bit. They've come out with a new rule now that you have to have at least 10,000 views on your channel before you can make revenue, which kind of makes sense. It's if you're a fake channel, you only have a few thousand views. You have to get to a certain level to start making that money. It might work. So along with that, a lot of the news and political channels have been sort of freaking out because their revenue might potentially being cut, or it's if they talk about controversial issues, or if they have like a racist title, or like they're talking about really controversial subject matter. It doesn't really matter that YouTube or Google kind of reads that as potentially controversial or racist or whatever material, so it just flags it, even though it's not, of course, racist. It's just talking about the racist issue or whatever controversial issue there is out there. So that's freaking out a lot of people, because that means if their ads get pulled, then that means they don't get to make ad revenue for the YouTube channel, which I feel bad for them for about 5 seconds. I will just say like, that is terrible. I get that your YouTube channel makes you a lot of money. After those 5 seconds, I stop feeling bad because you're on someone else's platform. I'll be a little tough on this talk. You are playing in space that you do not own. You are working on a platform. You are benefiting from a platform that is not your own. It makes me frustrated to watch this happen, because I don't feel bad for them anymore, because you have one leg to your stool right now. You have one revenue stream. If you're a business and you have one revenue stream, and that revenue stream gets cut, then your entire business fails. So if you're entirely relying on YouTube to make you money and continue your business, and YouTube decides to cut out this, or we're not going to sell ads anymore, or they take this huge cut to their algorithm, then you're screwed, because you only have one revenue stream, and that's stupid. That is the classic all eggs in one basket scenario. This applies to our world as YouTube creators, as filmmakers, as video production companies. You need to have multiple revenue streams, and you need to not just rely on one single social media platform. You don't need to just be the #1 Twitter person, because if you were the #1 Twitter person 5 years ago, cool. Now that's not as valuable as it is now. And same with like Instagram right now. You can be a hot ass Instagram influencer right now, and what happens in 5 years when Instagram is not cool anymore, or there's a new hot app and you're still like living in the past, like, oh well, I was the #1 on Instagram, and now it's this other app is working. So it's dumb. You're dumb for not having multiple revenue streams. Because you have to be practical, because anything can happen. This is not your space. This is not your platform. You do not own YouTube. Just because you work there and you put your whole life on there and you put your whole career on there, and this is where you make all your money, does not make you entitled to that privilege that that you deserve this, that you deserve their revenue. So that's a rant video, but it just goes to show, like, guys, that you have to have multiple revenue streams. So if you're a video production company, you can't just make one type of video and expect that to kill. What if that one type of video is no longer popular? If you are a wedding videographer, of course you sell wedding videos, but then maybe you rent out gear. Maybe you are giving lessons on YouTube on how to, you're running courses, you're giving speeches on how to be a better wedding videographer. If you're a film director, you make money by writing films, you direct films, you help out with maybe even producing, or you consult other people. You have to do all these things constantly from all these different angles to make sure that your business, your model is as stable as possible. I want to keep that short and sweet, guys. There's not much to this. I just saw that come through my atmosphere, and I read that, and it made me kind of mad. It was just, it's not a smart way to go about this, guys. You have to diversify. Diversify. That sounds so like finance. I'm like repeating myself now, but I want to drill this into you guys. Do not make your career off of just selling one thing. So, yeah. Cool. So thanks for watching, guys. My name is Jordan Anderson, and we'll see you on the next episode.